What's up, guys? Before we get into the podcast, we'd like to tell you how to donate so you can help fund future episodes. To do this, type in anchor.fm/classongrass. From here, you'll want to click on the support button, which will bring you to a page with 3 different options to donate. There will be a 99-cent, $4.99, and $9.99 option. And no matter what, we're grateful for all of your support, so make sure you go subscribe to the channel, and we hope you enjoy.
Oh, yeah! Absolutely world class!
Welcome back to Season 2, Episode 12 of Class on Grass Podcast.
Unfortunately, we're going to be missing the next 2 weeks, so you guys are really going to have to take this podcast in.
Enjoy it,
and honestly, just rewatch it.
Listen
next
to
week,
it maybe 10 times.
Next week and the
That's
week
it.
after.
Yeah.
Why not? You know? I know you guys are going to be missing us.
Yeah.
We hope you liked the new intro.
There's something new every time.
Honestly, there is. But no,
Just the
here's the thing.
background,
We're challenging ourselves starting now to have it like this for a little while, you know.
The foreseeable
The
future.
foreseeable future. Ugh, the foreseeable future.
Yes.
Yeah, other than that, we had a lot of Nations League action happen last week.
Mm-hmm.
a
Or just
lot-
like in general. Like there's
A lot of
Euros,
national
yeah.
break. And also a lot of COVID involved.
Mm-hmm.
Just, you hear about Vida coming off at halftime because he got COVID? Like, how is this happening where you test for COVID and then they're like, oh yeah, you're fine to go play. And
The
then at
results
halftime,
don't come back until halftime.
you should probably test a little bit earlier so that the results come back before the game. I don't know. I just feel like that.
And then Mo Salah's
stuck in Egypt, but he's an
Because-
Egyptian king, so I'm guessing he's fine with it.
because it was his brother's wedding.
Yeah, 800 people. No
Oh
mask.
My.
800 people, no mask, and he was dancing around.
How is it in Egypt? Like, I don't know how.
Still a stupid
It's
decision.
probably worse or better than the
Well,
US.
yeah, the U.S. is horrible right now.
But
But I mean, Egypt still like why is he doing that?
yeah,
Why is he going out to a wedding no
Klopp
mask?
said he wasn't that mad because it was his brother's wedding. He's like, that's like once in a life, or like it's important.
Yeah,
But at the same time, it's like,
I don't.
why
I'm
is
torn.
he having
Like
that big of a wedding?
I'm torn. Do you wear a mask and like I don't know if it's like does it really take away from the experience of being at your brother's wedding?
Yeah, I just think it's different in
Yeah.
different parts of the world. Like
Yeah.
the kind of mandates and rules and everything. But
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, lots of COVID, but still a good international break. Do you think it should be still happening in these times, especially because there's such a packed schedule?
well, now it won't happen till like March.
Yeah.
They say so.
Hopefully it'll be a little better by then.
I mean, I don't think teams got too affected by the international break. I'm sure the players are kind of
Yeah.
burned out, but in terms of like spreading COVID, there were only a couple cases, as I know.
Yeah, they make them big, you know.
Yeah.
It's not a lot. They just highlight every story.
Yeah.
But I just feel like with the schedule being so packed this year, I feel like it's unnecessary to have. I think the Nations League, as much as I like the tournament, shouldn't be going on.
It was just fun to see the U.S. play. I'd
It
say.
was that was
And-
really fun.
I mean, the level of kind of intensity and competition for even just the friendlies or Euro qualifying was pretty good, so that's fun to see, especially it's like a break from the club.
Yeah.
Kind of boring. It gets a bit boring, and those breaks are
and,
fun.
And a lot of the only player, and I mean, he's out injured right now, correct? Pulisic?
Yeah.
The only player who we see out of the whole U.S. national team really like regularly is Pulisic.
Yeah.
Other than that, everyone's in the Bundesliga or like La Liga.
Mhm.
You know, I don't watch it enough.
No, and I mean, we talked about it last episode, just kind of went in depth on the U.S., but I mean, there's a good future there.
Yeah, there is.
I mean, every game will be an improvement. So
No, I totally agree. I think we have a good opportunity to grow in the future. What did Weston say? That we're gonna win the 2020
2026.
2026 World Cup.
We're going to shock people or something.
Yeah,
like that.
I mean, I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
I'd love to see it.
Who do you think had the best international break, though?
I'd have to say probably. I mean, I think it's obvious that Belgium, they won all 3 of their games. People say that golden generation of theirs is gone, but again, when you have the likes of Eden Hazard and his brother who's performing quite well, Big Kev, in the midfield, who is consistently, when he's not injured, the 3rd best player in the world, in my opinion.
And they beat England and Denmark.
Yeah, 2 good sides.
Yeah.
2 very good sides.
And England was pretty bad, or they made them look pretty bad.
Yeah.
They didn't have a lot of ideas going forward, as Belgium, after they got those 2 goals, kind of sat back, and England had no kind of solution to that.
I'm thinking England, the U.S. could become the next England tier team, within the future, because they're just they never actually make it far, but I don't know, they have this spotlight around them. I don't know.
Yeah.
And I feel like the U.S. is growing in soccer. We're going to get a spotlight around us, but we're never actually going to be good. Enough.
Yeah, because England, they did make it to the semifinals.
Yeah, last World Cup was incredible for them.
I just think they are kind of, that team that has so much attention on them because, England is whatever, the home of football, whatever. But, they never kind of seem to have one set team that will take them very far. I mean, even when you look back at the World Cup squad that they're playing,
it's all youngsters.
It was you look back and it was Trippier, Lingard, those type players were starting.
They're not anymore.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a big change in Belgium's lineup recently to what it was like over the World Cup, except for you got to get rid of Company because he's been retired.
Yeah.
But other than that, there's not a huge difference. It's Dries Mertens, Lukaku, De Bruyne, Hazard, Thorgan, Yuri Tielemans when he gets minutes.
I mean, they are kind of similar teams in the fact that when you think of the best national teams, you think of those 2 teams, but then you look and they haven't really won anything.
Yeah, no, they haven't. Which
is kind of weird. I think it's just due to the fact that their whole squads play top flight leagues, but when they come together they just don't perform as well as
I agree.
Those teams. It seems like Germany's the only one that's really figured that out in the past couple of years.
But again, Germany with an exit from the World Cup that was not expected, So just looking back, they lost to South Korea.
Yeah.
So I mean, obviously they figured it out, but it could just be because there's this phenomena where when you win the World Cup, the next World Cup you're always going to be bad, and it's actually been a trend. But
Spain,
I don't know if
Italy.
I don't know why that is though. It seems like someone's going to break it. France, no way is France going to exit. Yeah. There's no way.
France are definitely the best team, I would say.
Yeah.
In the world right now.
Why can't Griezmann perform at Barca? Dude, he's amazing.
I think he just plays out of position. From what I've heard, I don't watch Barcelona
It's hard
games,
because
but I've heard that he's not playing in a position that he plays with France, and with France he's instrumental. But I don't know. But and then for my take, I think Netherlands had a very decent break.
Even without Virgil.
Yes, and because they won 2 games and drew against Spain, and Spain beat Germany 6-0.
That was ridiculous. But, I mean, that's crazy.
Wijnaldum scored 3 goals across
so good.
Those couple games. I mean, I think he's underrated.
Oh, totally. And something I find astonishing is that Gini can be that good. He can score the 2 goals for Liverpool when they were down to Barca to send them through, other than the 2 Origi goals, obviously. And he can be that good for the Netherlands, and even when he's on the field as a Liverpool player, yet he doesn't start often.
No.
There are regular times when he's just on the bench and subs in or doesn't come on.
Yeah, and also that Netherlands squad has good players, but I mean, they also are. I'd definitely say they're a level below England and Belgium.
Honestly, I don't agree with England. I'd say that Belgium, yes, but I don't agree with England. I think with with Frankie de Jong, Matthijs de Ligt, when he's fit, they don't have a keeper at the moment because I think Silson's their goalie and he's not necessarily at the same level as those players. But I mean, you got Memphis Depay who brought Lyon pretty far last year in the Champions League. You have really good players around the field, and we didn't even mention some really good ones that aren't as big a names, but they're quality. I think that the Netherlands team, I think that the only reason people perceive them as similar to England is because last World Cup they weren't in it.
Yeah.
But
yeah, I would say that because the reason they weren't in it, similar to Italy, similar to the US, is they had a really old squad.
Yeah.
That, like, they're playing a lot of veterans that...
The Ajax boys didn't come in yet.
Yeah, that just didn't really perform, and then they didn't qualify. But then they rebuilt, and now Italy has a pretty good young team, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Netherlands do, US does, so...
Yeah, that Nico Barella guy's really good. Yeah. He's really good. I rate him. Italy have a good team coming up, definitely. Yeah. I think the one thing that they're lacking is the defenders, but I mean they have a few coming up that they're just not at the same level yet. I could see them in a few years being there, but not right now.
No. And then kind of a shock news moving on is Pep Guardiola signed a new contract after,
which most people, if they don't know like all of the stuff that was happening between Guardiola and City and like, you would think that that's normal because, good manager signing again, but it's not often that you see that.
No,
most managers want to move on, but I hear the board convinced Guardiola there's more to do here at this City team, so he signed till 2023.
Do you think they promised a chance at Messi to come in?
I don't know. I don't know why Messi would leave and do that to Barca fans when he said the reason I'm not going to stay is because of the president, and then the president left.
I mean, yeah, but at the same time, how much is going to change? I would have seen him, if Pep didn't renew, I would have seen Pep going straight to Barcelona and then them winning a Champions League or something.
Totally.
I would have completely not been surprised by that.
Oh, yeah, totally. But yeah, I don't know why he would do that to the fans at Barca because it's his home. I mean, Ronaldo's really egging him on to leave. Did you see what Ronaldo said? No. He was like, "You're truly not the best player in the world if you can only do it in one league. It's been proven." And then someone was like, "Well, then Samuel Eto'o is the GOAT."
Yeah. But now Piqué is injured for Barcelona, so I mean, aren't they like mid-table right now?
No way. Okay. Let me check this. Fact check right here.
I saw Atletico Madrid beat them for the first time in the league in like a while, I think, which was a surprising stat. And Atletico are unbeaten in their last like 20-something La Liga
Goodness.
games.
Oh my God. Okay, so take a wild guess at who you think's first in La Liga right now.
It's going to be like Celta Vigo or something.
Real Sociedad.
Yeah.
Like how? And then followed by Atletico Madrid, followed by Villarreal, then Real Madrid, and then you go down 5 more spots and you have Real Betis, and then below that in 11 is Barcelona.
Jeez. I mean,
3 wins, 2 draws, 3 losses.
That's just
unacceptable. It's a poor start. That's a poor start.
Yeah, for the amount of talent they have in that team.
It's an incredibly poor start.
Yeah.
But Piqué, well, is Piqué even good enough anymore? I
think it's just experience at this point. He's quite slow, I would assume, with his age.
He's slow. He doesn't have the same fitness. I don't even know if he can get to the ball in time anymore, but
someone who's
I suppose he's experienced.
Not slow is very young is the new Moukoko.
Oh my God,
dude,
this guy is amazing. Guy. Okay, no, I knew about him when he was 14. I was like, oh, it's gonna be Freddie Adu. I was like, he's gonna fall off. He's gonna fall off.
Yeah, you do see a lot of like
Xavi Simons, bro. He's not even like you see guys like Ansu Fati who were never talked about. Now they're unreal. Xavi Simons, like 4 million followers on Instagram. The dude's not even like starting.
He's playing like probably the U19.
Yeah, he's playing PSG, like under 23s or something like that. Like it. How do you even have that much clout? Like you're not like.
Because I mean, I think it's just.
But this Moukoko guy is another level. He's had 90 goals in 54 games.
I was looking it up before we started recording. He has something like, for the Dortmund, like U17s, in his whole career with them, he had like 90 goals in about 70 or 50 games or something, which is
ridiculous.
insane.
And I hear from the players when he trains with the first team, it's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like, I don't hear from the players specifically. They're
have
not
a
calling
connection.
me. you know, Marco Reus,
Yeah.
Thomas Delaney, they're calling my phone. They're
Yeah.
like, yo, Leo, just by the way, Moukoko
This
is
guy's
really
very
good. He's really good.
Should talk about him. But yeah, and then for the U19s, which he's been playing with until he got called up, he's got something like, I think it was like 50 goals in 30 games.
Just crazy.
I mean,
he's just, well, I'm not going to put anything on him doing well right now, but he is eligible.
and he played his first couple minutes, subbed on for Dortmund.
Yeah.
Well, there's also that 16-year-old winger from
Camavinga?
Celtic.
Oh, no. There's like three of them right now. There's
Like Celtic, he's been around the first
Oh,
team.
yeah.
He's like really small.
Yeah.
I mean,
But it's just...
Scottish league, you can't really...
But I think the two right now, the two biggest that are like young like that, I mean, Ansu's technically in that category too. I'd say Gio Reyna, Moukoko, Camavinga, and Ansu.
Yeah, I'd agree.
And it might be because I'm American that I'm putting Reyna up there, but I think he's
if we put
on a
Pulisic
level.
up there before,
I think everyone did, but
yeah,
I would like to see Gio Reyna turn out better.
yeah.
I would.
I think he's just got to get. He's starting for Dortmund, I believe.
Yeah, and Pulisic didn't always start.
No, especially with Sancho, because he came along with Sancho.
Yeah.
And they kind of battled for a starting position. I remember.
Yeah.
And then with Dortmund, Erling Haaland won the Golden Boy award.
Dude, he scored 4 goals in 32 minutes.
That was his kind of, I won this award. Let me
just show everyone how good I am.
Yeah.
Dude, I mean, guy's gonna be going places. Could you see him winning the Ballon d'Or?
Yeah.
Because I actually no joke. This guy he's big
is
time.
Just a goal scorer.
Oh my God.
I mean, he's got like 23 goals and 22.
He's got
Bundesliga
like 23
games.
foot long legs.
Yeah,
dude.
I mean,
he just runs.
He is just a machine when you look at him. Like,
robotic.
He's tall. He's got long strides. He's super fast. He can just kill the ball. Like, just hit it.
Remember
hard.
Gio Reyna's assist to him last year in the Champions League
against PSG.
He just rocketed that.
Roofed
Absolute rocket. Remember last year when he was like drinking something before he came onto the field, and everyone was like, "What is this juice?
Yeah.
We need to get a hold of this juice."
Yeah. But yeah, I'd say, I mean, he is similar probably to Lewandowski in the fact that
he's just faster.
I think he'll always be in that conversation for a golden, or the Ballon d'Or. But I mean, we'll see.
Yeah. No, yeah, I think he'll always be in talks.
And then also, there was kind of away from football. The lawsuit was kind of settled because I think it was a year or two ago during the preseason, Juventus went to South Korea and kind of the whole media promised Ronaldo would play, and he was benched the whole game and never played. And a good amount of the people that actually went to the game sued, and they actually won it a couple days ago.
Yeah, no, that's true.
I mean, it is, no matter what, like, if you're trying to protect the players from getting injured, it's kind of like you have to play them. If you're going that far away and people are like promised to see you, play for at least like 20 minutes. I mean,
yeah. Apologies if you guys can hear some kind of horn in the background. I'm wondering if there's like a parade going on.
I think it was a train.
We don't have trains around here. Just a train going down the street. But yeah, it should be past now. Apologies if you guys heard any of that. Mm-hmm. But yeah, that Ronaldo lawsuit. I remember when I was like 12, me and my dad flew down to Michigan for the ICC when Ronaldo was playing, when Real Madrid was playing United. It's back again.
See, that's a train.
It's back again.
That is a train.
Do you hear this?
Do you have a train track?
No, we don't. This is 100% a train.
That's a train.
Whatever.
Is there a train on the road?
it's just driving down the road. Apologies.
Write it down.
Yeah, put it in your phone. Apologies for that weird sound. It just kept going. It just wouldn't stop. And finally, it looks like it's calmed down.
Yeah. But yeah, we kind of finished with the whole lawsuit. I mean, it is kind of a bad move from Juventus to not.
Yeah, no, it is. Like I was saying about Michigan when I went with my dad. We went, and it was United versus Real Madrid. Got to see Wayne Rooney, and everyone was so mad because Ronaldo only came on for the last 10 minutes. And that's even that was pissing people off. So at this point, you have to play him.
Yeah, I mean, and if you're Ronaldo, would you not want to play?
Yes, in front of a ton of fans that don't even
that are only there for you. You'd have to. I would even tell the manager. I'd be like, come on, 10 minutes at least.
There are 80,000 people here. Yeah. Wait, hold on. Now another question. How were there fans?
This was a year ago, 2 years ago.
Oh, this lawsuit finally settled.
Yeah.
Now I get it. I was not caught up on this.
Yeah.
I was about to say, so there's 80,000 people waiting for him with coronavirus spreading. Yeah. Now I know why he didn't want to go out there.
Yeah. And then, we can kind of touch on the Premier League.
It's good that it's back, and it was a good start to Brighton's turnaround. Honestly,
it was close there.
League title contenders, maybe. You never know. I mean, Danny Welbeck looks like an unreal signing.
What a chip!
What a chip!
One of the best finishes around. I mean, at that speed to then.
No, I was extremely surprised from Mr. Welbs, but he actually looked really good that game, through the whole game.
You guys were creating chances, but just you got as close as you could and then missed, and then made a bad pass.
And you know what is really just horrible? We play Liverpool next week, and we don't have Tariq Lamptey, our only hope in any game.
I think that's going to be overturned. It was not a second yellow.
It definitely wasn't, but as of right now, we play Liverpool next week.
I feel like they could challenge it and maybe overturn it, but
I'm just extremely disappointed. And right after, they get a penalty to equalize, which then gets taken away.
I don't know how that was taken away either.
My mom was saying that she thinks it's from the ref being kind of, I don't know the words, but respecting the fact that it wasn't a foul before when Lamptey got red carded.
He's making up for his.
I don't know if that's how you make up for it, because you're taking away a goal from the other team.
I mean, I've seen way less given for a penalty than
way less.
He got
the weirdest part is that it wasn't it was questionable, and then they're nah, we don't need VAR. He actually saw it on the TV.
He saw it and was oh,
that's not a penalty.
He got the ball, but barely, and then he just swung into the guy's foot, and then he fell over, and not that I was
poor from Solly March, but
his goal was
from Solly. We have to give him congrats, because that goal, which was crossed in by Gross, who we actually haven't seen at all really in the last year.
No, he was a top player for you guys.
So good, and then Potts just decided not to play him.
Graham Potter needs a haircut.
He does.
I was talking about this when I was watching the game. He doesn't style it at all. And
it's just bold.
He looks like he's a 10-year-old from 2005.
He does. He does.
Either shave it or get a fade.
Bald Potter.
It's just not. It looks like he hasn't showered either.
GP has it down. He has the style.
He's done the business for you, though.
Not really. Did you see Lewis Dunk after the game?
No.
It's kind of sad. We win one game in the Premier League, and Lewis Dunk slides and is yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta celebrate the wins.
Yeah.
That could come in very crucial though for us at the end of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Genuinely, if it comes down to 3 points like it always does for Brighton, I'm going to be thanking this Villa game where the ref did not give them the penalty.
Well, you've got some breathing room now.
No, we play Liverpool next.
But it's Fulham, Burnley, Sheffield, and West Brom below you.
Yeah.
Fulham played this morning, also missed another penalty.
I saw this picture of where it was like Fulham when they get a penalty, like should I make it? No, I'll just pass.
Yeah. I mean, so Mitrovic missed one, and then Lookman tried a Panenka that probably one of the worst penalties ever. And
it reminds me of our Pro Clubs game last night.
Then Ivan Cavallero slipped. It wasn't his fault, really.
Yeah, he slipped and then skied it.
And then I mean, you see that all the time. But, I mean, the curse of the penalties. I feel like if they get a penalty, they should be like, can we just have a corner?
Did you talk to loyal supporter Brian Brown about what he thinks about Mitrovic subbing on 60 minutes in?
Yeah, So he was saying they subbed on Anguissa and Mitrovic because they played all their minutes in international duty. He's trying to rest them.
Yeah.
But when you're in a relegation battle,
like how are they already in a relegation battle? But they are.
I feel like you need to be playing your best players.
And they were playing Everton, who are really good, but at the same time, they
could have tied that game.
They have a slip of form recently, so like. Put your best effort forth and try to win this game.
They could have tied that game. If Cavalier scored the penalty, that would have been 3-3. And if they would have maybe put away a couple more of their chances.
It's just a curse. No, like their whole season is just a curse.
I mean...
They will never stay up.
It was crucial that they got that West Brom win.
Yeah.
I mean, but you can't survive off of, there's 3 teams below you.
Yeah,
you can't
just beating them.
Off of like 14 points.
Exactly.
Because you beat all the teams.
That was what Norwich did, and it didn't really work.
Yeah. You need to just get a couple surprise wins, maybe against Crystal Palace or teams like that.
Or Brighton.
Yeah. And
ultimately you just need to push someone below you. That's the beauty about promoting 3 and then relegating 3. Yeah. In order to stay up, you have to be better than someone who was already there.
Mm-hmm.
So
there needs to be 3 teams.
They aren't that right now. You need like the other 2, and Leeds doesn't look like they're going down at all. In my opinion, okay,
they've played well, but they haven't gotten the results.
I'm wondering what the score is right now.
Yeah, Leeds is playing
Arsenal.
right now. As we're recording.
It's still 0-0. It is still 0-0. 73rd minute. Excuse me, Nicolas Pepe got a red card.
Classic.
Classic Pepe. Just getting in there for the red cards. Just normal right winger things.
Straight red card.
Yeah.
How does
he must have pulled off a Basuma backward scorpion kick to the face.
Yeah, only the best players do that.
Only the best to do that. But yeah, I mean Brighton. Overall, Brighton look like we're going to have a similar season to last year. They said it was our worst Premier League start so far.
Really?
Yeah, rehired Chris Hughton.
I mean,
the problem is he'd bring Glenn Murray back from Watford.
Stick Glenn up there.
I was looking at his stats. And he actually was an incredible player. First off, let's just go through this. First off...
well, there's a difference between an incredible player and decent goal scorer.
No.
He can head the ball.
You gotta hear the story. He starts at the Carolina Railhawks, in the U.S. in the USL. This is his first pro team, the Carolina Railhawks. Or no, that's not it. They're right next to it. It was the Wilmington Hammerheads.
Okay.
So he starts there. He does well. Plays 12 games, gets 3 goals.
On fire.
You can see the relation to his Premier League rise. Then he goes back to England and plays for a variety of League One teams. Works his way up to the Championship where he plays with Brighton for 100 appearances, netting like 40 or 50 goals.
That's good.
That's like ridiculous. And then he plays at Palace. I believe they were in the Championship at the time for 100 games and nets 40 to 50 goals. Then moves back to Brighton in the Prem, plays 120 games and nets like 60 goals. He's netting every other game, man.
I mean, but he wasn't the answer.
The Wilmington Hammerheads develops.
I mean, they have one of the best academies in the world at this point.
You think they have in their like clubhouse area just a picture of Glenn?
Oh, completely. Yeah. They definitely have a jersey.
Yeah. It's crazy. Because like that was his first pro team. It's crazy to think. There's a pathway for all.
So, but he's
He's
English,
at Watford now.
But he's English, so didn't he went to the U.S.?
Yeah, he went to the U.S. He couldn't find a pro team in England. Went to the U.S.
He didn't want to go the Jamie Vardy route of going from non-league to...
Glenn's just built different.
I think he just kind of liked the U.S. more.
Maybe he was actually giving up on it and was like, I want to go to the U.S. Just played for a USL team there.
Yeah. And then
just...
He almost,
with that 12 games, 3 goals,
He almost denied a Brighton offer. He's like, do I want to go to England again?
But yeah, and the other thing I wanted to bring up was Trezeguet. Mohamed Hussein Trezeguet.
Yes.
You know him?
Yep.
What is this? What is this trickery that's happening? Do you know the story behind it?
You told me this a couple months ago, I remember.
It's not right. So, when he was younger, he apparently was bald. Like a bald kid. And he then also mimicked the play style of David Trezeguet, so his youth coach.
If you don't know, he was a good French striker.
David Trezeguet, great French striker.
FIFA,
and Mohamed Hussein Trezeguet is an Aston Villa player. And so he mimicked the play style of David Trezeguet, so his coach just called him that, which is like fine. But then he kept the name.
Did he legally change his name?
No, he's just put it on the back of his jersey and it's his nickname. Like, imagine, like, I play like Sergio Busquets, so I'm just going to have Busquets on the back of my jersey.
Busquets. I mean, you can't get a much better name than that.
I'm just saying, though, like it doesn't even fit. Mohamed Hussein Trezeguet.
I mean, now, but every time I watch him play, I just think of that story. I'm like,
no.
He is a fraud.
He is a fraud. No, and David's getting so much recognition from this because everyone who sees it's like, what's going on here?
I mean, the networks have to know that it's not his actual name, but they have to call him that because...
Yeah, it's what's on the back of his shirt. It's just M. Trezeguet.
Yeah. I mean...
He's like Egyptian.
I think... If I would go pro, I'd just slap Messi on there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Oh, excuse me, I am related to the Messi.
U5 coach said I played like Messi, so
no, dude, I'm not even joking. My U11's coach said Leo is our little Messi. I'm putting it on the back. I'm putting it on the back. That? Yeah.
Yep.
I look just like him too. I look just like him.
How's your Spanish?
I'm in Spanish 5. That's what I can say, and I know about half of what I learned. So. We're pretty good.
It's a good ratio.
All right, well, that...
All right.
Yeah?
MLS.
Oh, yeah. The
playoffs.
Here's the thing. It's not a COG pod if we don't talk about the Loons for a bit.
I mean, well, first of all, shout out Caden Clark. He did score,
but
they
unfortunately
sadly lost.
Yeah, they lost. But it was a good goal. He's in the right place at the right time, like he was in a lot of his USL goals, and just... There's it.
And then, crazy. Did you see the Orlando-New York game?
The Pens.
So, to win the game, the Orlando goalie saves it. He was off his line. The ref gives him a second yellow. He's red carded. Then Orlando tried to sub on a goalie. They can't sub on a goalie because you can't sub on players during a penalty shootout.
Yep.
So then they choose one of their field players.
It's a Kyle Walker-esque.
Yeah, he goes, puts his jersey on and gloves, and then they retake the penalty, and New York scores it, and then it goes on for a couple more rounds, and then that same Orlando field player saves to win the game.
What a beast.
I mean...
What a beast.
That's one of the best stories you can have.
If anyone ever achieves something like that, retire it immediately.
Yeah.
Retire immediately.
I don't think there's much
There's
of a career.
nothing else you need to do in your life.
Yeah.
If you are a field player and you save a penalty shootout, or save a penalty
in the playoffs
to win the penalty shootout.
That's insane. But Man United play Colorado tonight as we're recording this at home. I think a lot of the international players, a couple of players who are injured are back. So I think we're going to be at somewhat full strength.
Yeah.
What are your predictions for the game?
I think we're gonna lose.
That's fantastic.
Personally, I just think we're gonna lose. Can't really say anything else.
You really think Colorado's that good?
No, I just don't think
that
we're
bad?
very good. But, Robin Lod always surprises me. So
I'm going to go for... I think we'll win. But I think we'll win like 1-0. And we'll score in the first half, and the rest of the game will just be a snooze fest.
You know what I want to see? I want to see Robin Lod go in net.
I agree. I think we should flip the
No.
lineup.
Yeah,
So
bring Tyler Miller up top.
Yeah, Dane
Or
St.
no,
Clair.
it's not. It's not even Miller anymore.
Yeah,
is it?
Dane St. Clair, striker. Then we got Metanire and Chase Gasper in the wings.
Oh, I like that a lot. I love that.
Molino, Robin Lod holding down
Their
the brick
fort.
walls.
Exactly.
At the back.
We'll know who's in net. Lod's in net.
Yeah, and then Finley.
Yeah.
Reynoso in net.
Reynoso.
The little 5'7".
No. We're subbing Tommy Chacon on.
Oh.
We'll put him in net.
Yeah, even better. The GOAT. The GOAT.
The young DP.
The 5'5". He's similar to Messi.
No, he is.
That's why he puts Messi on the back of the jersey.
All right, guys.
Yeah.
Well, that wraps it up for this week. We'll see you back in 2 weeks.
Yeah,
which is
sorry
a long
for the
time.
break, but
and yeah, peace out.